crypto updates, kindness and friendship. That's all coming your way right now. So there's a post here that I made and I showed it for you yesterday, friends. So Arthur Gaze, our favorite gay bear, Mr. Arthur Hayes, he basically said, if you really want to watch when the US Fed could intervene in the markets, you watch the bond volatility index. So it's called the move, right? The bond volatility move. So if that number goes up heaps, pretty much, I guess, the fear of bonds and everything starts getting too much. And then that's when, I guess, the US Fed is like, no, don't touch the bonds. The bonds is like what keeps everybody. Because remember, friends, what are bonds? It's just packaged fiat. They're selling you deliverable fiat into the future. It's kind of like, okay, so I can sell you poop right now. Now you have the poop. But if I can make an economy and a business from selling you future deliverable poop, now we've got wealth, don't we? Because you might say, hey, my friend Sammy, I would like to buy deliverable poop for the next 4 years. That's a 4-year bond. And I'm saying, yes, I will give you 100 ounces of poop at the end, and I'll give you a coupon of about 6 droplets of poop every 6 months. That's your coupon. It's your nice dividend, right? And then you have an economy based off that. Over 140, he says, is Yahtzee time, where he goes, Yahtzee, I'm Mr. Arthur Hayes. Friends, we are at 137. Willed. Some say wild. Other people say willed. I think maybe by the time we've seen it as well, it's kind of crazy, man, how it's all unraveling, right? And I actually have the chart here. It's if you type in if you go to trading, if you type in bond volatility index, and the first one should be move. Move! Okay, so move, this is it right now. You can see, yeah, when it's above that 140, I guess that's when they're like, you know what, we got to do something out here. Last time they did it, wow. This was when our USD-CD pegged, friends. Interesting. That is very interesting. And then this was as well the CPI peak. Okay. This is USDC. So extreme event. I wonder what's going to happen out here. Remember, you have China. Shout out to Matt. If you're curious as well, friends, you know how, what do you ask me, Sammy? Because every time you and Matt, you just go for shisha and you meet up, markets crash. Did you guys meet up recently? I didn't want to say anything. Friends. I think we met up around here end of Feb. Was it end of Feb? Yeah, I think it was. I'm not joking. But the thing is, we're so aware of the curse, we don't like telling people because we hope it goes away. Oh, boy. Now, the daily chart of Ethereum is still pooped, friends. Man, a lot of whales sold, got liquidated here. And whales have stepped in to come buy the dip. But man, you got to think about it, dude. Like, you're not interested in selling Ethereum until bang. Okay, now you're interested. Man, it's just something about that don't add up. We're here to believe in the dream. We're here to believe in friendship and kindness. Are you making it, friends? PulseChain core coins, right? PulseChain PLS still, man, we need that wank off chart pattern out here. It's just, it is depressing. At least there was good news reported to you earlier. Richard Hart enabling comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen with that. Here you have PulseX, friends. PulseX still chugging along. Man, it's 82% below SAC price from like 4 years ago. It is what it is. These green, it's nice to see green on the table board. We have 6.89% of the PulseX buy and burn. Man, that's fantasticals, to be honest. It's really nice to see. 6.89%. So I got to let you know as well, friends. So the PulseX, friends, the greatest DEX in crypto. PulseX, friends, the buy and burn happening here is worth a lot of money because you're chewing up supply down here and the price is really cheap. So basically, people are sitting on the offers down here and they're selling it for pennies. Like, it's easier to eat a penny, right? But so every $20,000 burned here, that's actually $100,000 of SAC price money. Once it gets back up there. These are just the core coins and everything. Looking at it right now, you have the PDI down 10%. You have everything else moving up in line. They're going to hover around 10% moves, but we need like some giant moves, don't we? Bitcoin hanging above $80,000 now. I wonder what's going to be our fate. Are we going to do like the rounding up part? Remember, we have, just to clarify for you, the global liquidity index, the fractal, based off the delay, pretty much, even though, friends, we'd love this thing to go up now, but we've got to be honest, man, everything's just been poopiness. We expect, I guess, poop for April, and then May 1st, it just starts going up. It is possible, though, that there's a little bit of a bull trap. We get Kobe in, and then we come back down to like, 81K. Everyone thinks it's over, and then we go up as well. Yeah, that's from our favorite baby doll, Crypto Kobe. He joked that he's probably going to get trapped into buying the next bull trap for mid-month or something. I want to share this with you as well, friends. So in the midst, at the bottom right, this is kind of funny released. MicroStrategy acquired 0 Bitcoin during the period March 31st to April 6th. So in the midst of these capitulations, they didn't buy anything. Friends, it's a famous stock market adage. I know you guys love when I throw these out here. I don't even know how I know them. There's not like this book you just read. Give me this stock market adages. I just watch a lot of the macro guys. Like, I'm here for the fundamentals. Johnson & Johnson baby powder. Crypto's got no fundamentals. I listen to those guys a lot, and oh man, it's kind of funny. Imagine they watch one of my videos. Like, what's this guy? Huh? Crypto? Huh? I mean, we look like a joke right now. I've been going down for 4 years, except Bitcoin. But one day it will go up. Isn't that right, Spoonie? Isn't that right? One of the adages they say, friends, is, see, I've just shown you, right? Michael Saylor's got no power to buy Bitcoin. That's an actual stock market saying. The bottom is in when no one around has got any money to buy. That's when it's over. It's literally, that's when the selling's done, which is interesting. Shout out to my friend, Mr. Hoggy Hog, one of us. That's awesome. And he's the Hexagon 1515. Mr. Dong, yes. Shadowman, worst DCA indicators of all time. Who is Saylor subscribed to? Man, he sucks. You know what, sir? Does even DCA? Can we call this a DCA, or do we call it just top blasting the top of everything? Bang, 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 bang. Here he is. He's up 18% on his position. I've got more to cover with Michael Saylor as well, friends. Now, Michael Saylor, he filed the 8K, which is what they have to give to the SEC. And this is an actual quote. They have a risk section there. In their latest filing, they've written, we may be required to sell Bitcoin to satisfy our financial obligations, and we may be required to make such sales at prices below our cost basis or that are otherwise unfavorable. I know it's just a risk session, but like they're writing it in there like, hey, legally we have to tell, we could sell at prices that we don't like, unfavorable. It is what it is, bro. Everyone sells, friends. Everyone buys and everyone sells. It's a marketplace, but we get it, man. Like, when you're crowned the savior, right? You're meant to be like Bitcoin Jesus, right? You're not meant to sin. I mean, look what he's grabbing, friends. See his hands? He's grabbing like one testicle of his. He goes, my hand, wait, this is my hand. My testicle goes in this hand. That's probably what he's saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like it ruins your image. Like, wait a minute, you're meant to be buy only. Like, don't you understand how the game works? But yeah, it's just, it makes you think about the future. I've always thought, friends, I know they're going to sell. I just don't know when. I'm sure they've done it before. Matt says this is extremely old news as well. They've been saying this in their filing forever. SEC reporting requires that kind of legal statement, but who knows? Yeah. So, 69 here. When it comes to these narratives and stuff, it's kind of like we bring up these heroes, and if it doesn't go to plan, people are going to come for blood. Bitcoin, right? On its third red monthly candle, I do think about, friends, something. Believe in something. Believe in something. Can we get a 300K BTC? Maybe extended? Yeah, but clarify as well, friends. A lot of people asking, Simon, what's up with the 4-year cycle? Well, the global liquidity cycle is still on track. The Bitcoin halvening 4-year cycle thing, it was never alive to even call it dead. Right, it's just syncing with the 4-year cycle, right? So yeah, now there is obviously, this is I guess, so far it's the longest period of time before the government has done the rollover of the debt. Yeah, so they've got like 6 to 9 months left. Usually by now they've already done it, right? That's why our bull market's already been kicked in. Usually by now they've done it. I don't think they've done it yet. I think because the interest rates are high. Trump really wants those interest rates to come down. Then you do the refinancing. So they have a lot of spending and they can do some stuff. I want to share this with you as well. So actually, earlier today, friends, Cramer is still bearish. Nice. Look what he says. We don't want to see the futures up this much. So strange. We have come in down every night for 9 nights. Now the futures are up huge. Where are the sellers? Things aren't better now unless we are at levels people at last like. Man, you gotta admire, bro. What's going through this? How like saying we went down every night for 9 nights in a row. Now we're up. That's totally weird. We shouldn't be here. The world's not fixed. Come on, bro. You know, when him saying we don't want to see the futures up this much, makes you think about that. Even when, friends, when you look at Mr. Stock Market S&P 500, Jeffrey Gunlock, one of the macro dudes, he expects 4,500 as a level for the S&P 500. But also, they're short-term traders, they're macro dudes, you know, and they switch in like a month. Obviously, we don't know what happens. Trump tariffs, are they on? Are they off? Of course, they're on. What are they going to do? How are they going to negotiate? Things are going to go around out here, outside of our control. But I got to stress to you, from Arthur Hayes, eloquently put in his interviews, he goes, look, no matter how this thing goes, the money printer is the only response. That's it. And Bitcoin responds to excess currency debasement. That's it. Full stop. So the more they crack down the economy and they do stuff, you got to print more, Bitcoin's got to go up. It's like we're destined for up. Yeah. So, but there's always the fear part, right? So like when the fear part happens, they just sell everything. But at least now it's good. Remember, I've shown you, friends, gold. Gold has at least stopped. Thank you, gold, on your 12-hour chart. It looks like that's enough of a dig. It came back through this level, and now it sinks out here after doing a big run. I want to show you something as well. This is the Ethereum price chart. If I go just earlier, this looks like one of those crashing structures when it comes back down. It does that big V thing come back up. So, man, squiggly lines, huh? Can't get enough of them. It's also funny as well. Remember, Trump's tweets against China, right? Will China capitulate? Remember these, friends? Therefore, if China does not withdraw its 34% tariff, they're already long-term trading abuses by tomorrow. The United States will impose additional 50% tariff. So it really is a trade war. And remember, friends, the Chinese stock market is ass. 19 years sideways, Matt. All they have is a real estate Ponzi stuff. As well, remember, Trump tweeted to say that the slow-moving Fed should cut the rates. See? Look, oil prices down, interest rates down. The slow-moving Fed should cut rates, right? So you get an idea, right? I guess that's the plan. They've got to refinance the debt. We've never gone. It's like they really, really want that US Fed to capitulate. Like, capitulate, cut the rates. Also, you hear this other fugazi by the Soy Boy journalist. They go, hey, but the Fed can't cut because of inflation. Bro, have you learned nothing from my videos, Habibi? I know you have, friends. There's other people, non-video watchers. You've learned nothing. You understand if you have the choice between 5% more maple syrup costs or 15 million people in soup lines who want to kill you with a fork, guess what you're going to choose? You go, okay, you know what? Just put maple syrup prices. They're okay to be up 5% more because I don't want 15 million angry people without a job out here trying to kill everyone. So they mandate, they're dual mandate, right? The inflation and the unemployment. Obviously, the recession, unemployment stuff's already being sacked out. Randomly hearing redundancies and stuff out here. So the US Fed's going to have to act something. But you never know, friends. When it comes to these, like, I know they look, it might be political theater. It might be. But like, for all we know, Jay Powell, the Fed's probably like, look, we're definitely cutting the rates. Just don't tell the market right now. We don't want to respond to the president. We're going to look neutral. Yeah? We're going to look neutral. So we'll do it next week. They might have something like that. So the next Fed meeting's on the 7th, right? They might do it anyway. Unless the market just capitulates and they just throw it in. But that's their Fed put anyway. Jim Cramer, we are not getting the whoosh that I would want. No washout. He said that at the bottom, by the way. That's gold. I'm not making up. He said it at the bottom. Oh man, how does he do it, bro? How does he do it? Yeah, friends, I'm not joking. He said, you tell me, what are we witnessing? Are we witnessing the world's, he's actually the greatest investor. I've never seen someone like, we're just, man, speechless. Like, subscribe, baby, but I'll catch you soon.